Hello, this is Brother Teacher. As it relates to the internet and social media, more specifically, it has its place. It can be very educational to some degree, very beneficial to the individual. But there's a downside to social media. And that downside is when people begin to share information that is of a personal nature that should not be shared. It's one thing to open up a Facebook account, Snapchat, Instagram, and even YouTube account and share information that's going to help and benefit other people. The do it yourself types of things on YouTube, maybe, or to even have a website that serves a purpose as far as people receiving information, or a blog, or what have you, or even an e-commerce store. But when you're on social media, such as Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram, and as I said before, even on YouTube, and you begin to tell people things about your personal lives, the innermost feelings that you have that should not be shared with the general public, then you really have crossed a line of no return. And what I mean by no return is simply this: once you put it on the internet, it's there forever. So, Facebook, for example, I believe that the original intent behind it was that people can communicate over the internet, talk to long lost friends and family members, as opposed to making a trip, a physical trip in a car or a plane. You can communicate out of convenience online. It could be Skype. It could be something where they can see you, some sort of app that you can upload, where you can talk to your family just from the convenience of your cell phone or even your laptop or tablet computer. But it goes deeper than that now. Just because of these innovations in technology, people have taken advantage and taken it even to the extreme with the privilege to use the internet and begin to expose their sex life, their social life, outside of that which is considered normal. So what's normal? Normality basically is that thing that occurs all of the time and it becomes accepted as normal. It can be good and bad behavior. But as it relates to what I'm talking about when you start to talk about your ex-boyfriend or your husband, or you have just had sex and you just broke up with an individual, and how they were in bed and how they don't take care of their children, or you guys might say, well, she's a bitch. I don't subscribe to that. You don't call women a bitch. You don't call them anything outside of who they are, because they're not bitches. Bitches are dogs, not women. Now they might stoop low to do some dirty things or some things that should not be spoken of, that's out of the norm or that's out of character for adults, mature people. Whatever these women do, even though it seems out of order, maybe even vindictive, it doesn't earn them the title of hoe, whore, or bitch. They're simply women that's expressing their emotions. And women do this. Women are more sensitive and should be, I believe, considered more sensitive and emotional than men are, for the most part. So guys should not be ragging on women on social media. Talk about, yeah, I had her, I slept with her, she's not all that. Nor should the woman say anything like that about the man. No, he's not crap. Of course, they use other expletives. And he don't do anything for his kids. He's a deadbeat. I'm going to take him to court. I'm going to get child support from him. I'm going to do X, Y, Z. All of these things you see and hear on social media. So why are they there? The reason we see these types of things on social media, ladies and gentlemen, is because they can do it. It's available. And sometimes the individual might not be in front of you or in front of them to express these feelings to, and they might be in their feelings at the moment. So let me take it to Facebook, let me take it to Snapchat and talk about how bad this person is, this individual is. Let me tell all of my followers, my friends, my subscribers, my personal business about this woman, about my baby's mother, or about my baby's daddy. Let me expose our whole life on the internet so that the world could see. Can you say stupid? Can you say ignorant? It's beyond naive. It's stupid and it's ignorant to do that. Very foolish, to say the least, because it is a character flaw when you take it to that level. You're basically saying that you haven't grown up. I don't care what anyone does to you in your life. That's between you and that individual. And if you're not grown enough, if you're not mature enough to be able to sit down and have an intelligent conversation with that person, that other human being, one-on-one, then you certainly should not tell the world this, because it shows really that you lack the ability to cope, to accept, no matter how bad it is, the situation, and to even rationalize on some level why things are the way they are. And you know, it takes two to tango. It takes two individuals to have a relationship. And sometimes we're always venting about what the other individual has done to us, but we never consider what we've done to them. And oftentimes we have done something to them. Maybe we have even done something to them to cause them to behave the way that they are behaving. Have you ever questioned that? Or are you just simply wearing your feelings on your sleeves, and just because things didn't go the way you wanted them to go, you feel like you have to tell someone? Keep your business to yourself, or to yourselves in your relationship. Stop telling the world your business, because really the world don't want to know. They're just simply going to see it as another drama, another reality show, another Jerry Springer or Maury Povich, but acted out by you. Stop showing people your ignorance and your weakness on the internet. As I said, they don't care about you. They're not going to reach out their hand and try to aid you or to assist you in fixing your problem and or issue, because that lies within your power. It really does. So again, social media was originally designed, and I'm talking about Facebook, Snapchat, and so forth. It was originally designed, even though it's gone off the scale, it's lost its track. It was originally designed just simply for people to communicate over the internet, to sell products if you're in business, to sell services, to teach people how to build things, create things, to have their own, to be independent, to even socialize with friends and family, and to create new friendships, not to destroy other people's character and lives and livelihoods. It was never intended for that. But just because now everybody is on the internet, virtually everybody has a smartphone. Since everyone can see it, it's like it is now everybody's out here doing whatever they want to do now. It's a free for all. That's what I was looking for. So now I have access to this medium called the internet. So I can tell all of that stuff that I've had pent up in me for years, or even in just recent months and weeks. I can get it all out. Even though I may not get any response back that's going to benefit me, I'm still get it all out. But again, remember, once you get it all out, it stays out. It stays out there on the World Wide Web. And ever so often you're going to find someone who's going to push that button and come across your post. They're going to come across your video. They're going to come across your story and your issues and how you are talking down on the father of your children, but not stepping up and doing what he's supposed to do, or him talking down on you for saying that you're sleeping with this guy and that guy and so forth, and you're not all of that. Both of you might have legitimate reasons or causes for the things that you do, but why do you have to involve the whole world? Learn how to love one another with an unconditional love. Unconditional. You see, it took two of you to make that child, as it relates to children, that is. It took two of you to make that child. You had some sort of mutual relationship and adoration for one another at that time, or love. Why is it all of a sudden, after a year or two or three, you have fallen completely out of love? Maybe it's because you thought you were in love. And you were in love with the wrong thing in the beginning. But you were not ready to be an adult. And therein lies your frustration. This is Brother Teacher. I wish you well, you and yours. All I'm doing is trying to get you to think. As one of my brothers say, I'm trying to get you to think. That's it. Let me know what your feelings are about this subject of sharing your personal information online when you have gone outside of that which is decent and that which is reasonable. And again, I say, share your love on Facebook and these other similar platforms with your family. Ask them how they're doing and share fond memories and so forth. But nobody needs to hear the smut, the trash talk, the hate speech, who you slept with, who you just did, how good it was. And no one definitely needs to see your backside, ladies. You half dressed. All you see is you're doing selfies in the mirror. That's a sign of insecurity. I'm not saying you can't do a selfie, but every time you go to your Facebook page, 99% of what's on your page is just you taking a picture of yourself. Maybe you need to get over yourself and do something more constructive with your time. I'm just saying. This is Brother Teacher. I'm out.